Welcome to Insights into Insurance with Tom Sorensen of Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is educational in nature and not intended to be acted upon without first consulting the appropriately licensed professional.
It's a Saturday morning, and that means it's time for Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance. And in the studio with us is Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, good morning, Mike. And it's a much better morning for me this morning because yesterday I guess I didn't get my fix of Kate Radio and listen to the weather forecast. And here I thought it was going to probably be 40 degrees again. And I went out with a summer coat on.
Yeah, it changed. It was weird because one day it's 43, 44 degrees, and all of a sudden, man, it just dropped off. But you know what? Maybe tomorrow we could hit 40 degrees tomorrow.
Oh, well, that would be nice again. Maybe then I can wear my summer coat and not freeze to death again.
There you go. Well, let's jump right into it. We did have an email from a listener. Let me just read what the email says. Hello, Insights into Insurance. Tom, I have a new farmer that is taking over some land from my grandpa that recently passed away. I know he had crop insurance, but I don't know anything about it. When do I buy it? Can you help me out? Thanks, Matt.
Hey, Matt. Sure I can help you out. And first of all, good thing you asked right now. But first of all, I want to say sorry about hearing about your grandpa. And actually, these type of questions happen quite often with me because I have, let's just put it this way. Farmers, there isn't a lot of them that retire sometimes, and the time that they retire is sometimes when
the time of passing.
The time of passing, and it is just plain old truth sometimes. I mean, we got a lot of guys that do get out of it before that happens, but that occupation is one that a lot of them older gentlemen still do it, So, and I'm not saying that his grandpa was old because I don't know Matt as far as I know, but yeah. So first of all, Matt, you need to know that you got some big decisions coming up here, and we have what we call our multi-peril crop insurance sales closing deadline, which will be March 15th. So basically, you have to find a crop insurance agent, get with them. First of all, I would maybe start with if you know where your grandpa was being insured at. Okay, maybe start there. If not, I will be available for you if you want to start with me. In either way. Okay. But I just want to let you know. But March 15th is a deadline of you making a decision of what type of coverage you want by that time. So, and just to give you an idea, Matt, basically you can buy anything from 50% to 85% coverage on your multi-peril, which is, some people call it federal crop insurance, of your actual approved yield. It's a 10-year history of your approved yield. Now, you might, I can already see what your next question is. How does he have a history, right?
Right. How does he go about finding the history if there's no maybe paperwork or we're not sure of who the crop insurance was under? And again, with Americana Insurance, we're putting together those puzzle pieces to make a puzzle for, in this case, it may be Matt from what his passing of his grandpa, but I have no idea where even to start.
Well, and that's where, if I knew more details, and Matt, please give me a call. Even if you're planning on coming with me or not coming with me, I will help you, guide you to the right direction where I would do. First of all, is Grandma alive? Okay. Mm-hmm. And maybe Grandma knows where Grandpa had crop insurance at, okay, or who had it, okay. That would be a good spot. The one thing that... So what can Matt use for what we call it an APH, approved yield history, is what it is. And so what he could do is use possibly his grandpa's old yields if he can have that, okay? So, and normally he might not have it sitting there listed out, written out or anything. It's probably with his crop insurance papers. He said that his grandpa had crop insurance. So I'm thinking that he must know where maybe grandpa had crop insurance or something like that. So that's where that comes in. Now, if Matt was part of that farming operation with Grandpa, Matt going to take over this farm, my guess is that Matt was probably part of helping his grandpa out. And if that's the case, he can actually use those yields. Okay. Now, let's just say he couldn't find those yields, or his grandpa, or maybe, who knows, maybe his grandpa didn't have the best yields in the world, or, I don't know, but he could also use what we call county T yields. Okay. If Matt has never farmed before himself in the county, okay, when I say that he's never farmed, he's probably farmed, but he hasn't actually been certified at the USDA. He isn't the one that's had the skin in the game. He's just maybe helped. Okay, maybe Grandpa paid him or something. He could actually get what we call 100% T yield, which in the county of Freeborn, I think on corn is 177 bushel, and on beans, I believe it's 46. Don't quote me on that, but I think I'm pretty close. Okay?
Ballpark numbers, so to speak.
Yep, ballpark numbers. So he could use that. Okay. So best thing is to find out Grandpa's yields, because maybe those yields are better than the 177 and 46. My guess is they might be. Okay, but that's what he could use, and then his coverage would be based off of that.
But the most important thing, Tom, right now, and this is, we're talking with the email that we received from Matt in regards to his grandpa, but a lot of folks maybe that aren't in the farming community, they sit back and say, well, gee, there's nothing going on for the farmers. There really is. There's always something going on for the farming community. And for farmers, that deadline, March 15th, is going to be up here before we know it, and you need to take action right away.
Right, and I'll be honest with you right now. I just actually had my first meeting yesterday with my first farmer, and so basically it's a month out. Okay, and now today, actually, my Lori, my customer administrator, customer coordinator is actually making phone calls to all my farmers, because from about next week out all the way to March 15th, when my door opens, one farmer goes out of my office, the next one comes in till all the way through March 15th, and it's a pretty busy time. So.
And this kind of goes back to your Ag Summit that you had prior to it. There's always something going on with the farms, the farming community, and for those folks that are saying, well, gee, I don't farm, why are we talking about this? We're trying to help the farming community, because, folks, without the farmer that puts the crop in the field, that takes the crop out, you and I wouldn't be sitting at a dinner table having the good meals that we're having. So that's why we're talking today.
That's right.
On crop insurance with Americana Insurance. Tom, we're going to take, we've got a lot to talk about here, and we're already halfway through the program, but let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, we're going to talk more about qualifying for the beginning farmer and rancher, and then talk about some of the other insurances that will come into play for crop insurance on this Saturday morning. You're listening to Insights into Insurance with Americana Insurance here on Kate.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Products availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
For all your many sides, there's Nationwide. Call Americana Insurance Group at Albert Lea in Wells today.
And welcome back on this Saturday morning. We're visiting with Tom Sorensen from Americana Insurance as we're talking insights into insurance, and we've been talking about an email that we received from Matt, and we're talking crop insurance. And Tom, we touched a little bit about it, but let's, for Matt's sake, he may qualify for a beginning farmer if he hasn't farmed before.
Yeah, one thing nice about any individual, and I've actually got quite a few of these individuals, they qualify what we call for beginning farmer and rancher, which is part of the USDA program, part of the Farm Bill that we had. And if they qualify, which means basically within the last 5 years, if they haven't, or excuse me, if they farmed, let's say 2 out of the 5 years, they would qualify for beginning farmer and rancher for 3 years. So basically you take 5 years minus whatever. Now, a lot of them haven't farmed at all, which means that they haven't been listed in a USDA program, okay, that they have never farmed any type of land or crop, and they've just basically, like Matt, I'm guessing, has worked for his grandpa. Okay, that's not considered farming to the USDA until you actually got skin in the game, so.
Partnership in the farm.
Right, exactly.
As you say, skin in the game. Yes. Got a financial obligation.
Financial obligation. Yep. So what does a beginning farmer and rancher get? Well, first of all, he gets 10% discount on his crop insurance, on his federal crop insurance.
That's good.
Plus, there's some fees, government fees that are waived because of that. So it's definitely a nice thing. It does take some paperwork. So with somebody like Matt, it takes me more time to get them set up than, let's just say, Mike, let's say you were a farmer out there and you were with Agent A over here, and I'm American Insurance, and you want to come and bring your insurance to me. It's really easy. All you got to do is come and sign a form, and Agent A or Agent A's company that he writes for or she writes for has to automatically transfer all the information over. It's basically federal government law that they have to do that. So it's real easy.
And there's no problem in doing comparisons with different Agent A, Agent B, and Americana Insurance. It never hurts to check around to make sure that you actually have all your puzzle pieces put together so that you know that your puzzle is complete. Now, when we talk about the different types of crop insurance, Tom, there is really a big group. I always thought hail insurance, well, if a farmer a month prior to thinking, well, I'm just going to hail, I better get some hail insurance. It doesn't work that way.
No, well, it used to work to the day they could pretty much write it after the hailstorm was done.
Okay.
No, I say that tongue in cheek, but literally, if a guy saw a dark hair cloud coming, he could call me up and say,
I need hail
insurance right now, and we could get it done. Now, actually, we got to have it in. It's got to be actually before the next day, the midnight before the next day, is where we got. But this is how I do it, or how we do a lot of it. 95% of my clients put together their crop insurance package all at the same time by my March 15th deadline, because it's such a time-saving thing, So when they come in, we talk about their multi-peril crop insurance. We talk about their hail or insurance and what we call private product insurance, which could be wind, replant, fire. We also now, and people just need to hear this, is we offer a private product offering that you can now buy up to 95% coverage. So it takes it from 85% to 95. Yeah, and so I don't want to get anybody mixed up here. That's not a multi-peril crop insurance policy. It's a policy that can be sold privately through the companies by what they call a private product that can increase your coverage.
So that you need to act on that pretty soon. And, of course, the deadline we've talked about for crop insurance is March 15th.
Yep.
And you do have a webinar, I see, as well, coming up coming Thursday.
This coming Thursday, on February 22nd at, I believe it's 9 a.m. And if you have any interest, contact my agency at 507-377-2000, and I can get you signed up. It's called a Profit Matrix webinar. Basically, I have a program through Diversified Crop Insurance that it takes all your expenses and inputs and your crop insurance, and it can take even your marketing of what you've done or think about doing, and how your yields would come out and how much money you could make or not make based on this profit matrix. It's a really neat tool.
You need to call Americana Insurance. That number again is 507-377-2000 if you want to get involved in that webinar with Americana Insurance. Tom, a Saturday morning goes fast when I find a very interesting topic, as we've talked about crop insurance. We put the puzzle pieces together for the farmers. Just keep in mind that More importantly, is that deadline is March 15th.
March
They need to get a
15th,
hold
yep,
of,
yep.
get a hold of you.
And like what you were saying before, some of the listeners might say, well, I'm not a farmer, and why does, but it's amazing how many people that aren't farmers or people that don't have, they love hearing about these products or what's going on with their community of how does insurance work for certain things. And
Absolutely. Get a hold of Tom, get a hold of his great staff at Americana Insurance. Again, that number 377-2000. Schedule an appointment. Maybe you're not a farmer, but it's still time to put the pieces together. If there's been a life-changing episode in your family, get a hold of Americana Insurance. You've got a lot of different products to offer.
Yeah, we got about 10 people there that can help you and do a lot of different things.
All right, Tom, next Saturday, hopefully we can check in, and you're busy with crop insurance.
Yes, exactly. I'm looking forward to it, Mike.
All right, that's Tom Sorensen and with Americana Insurance, and that's going to wrap up our Saturday edition of Insights into Insurance here on Kate.
You've been listening to Insights into Insurance from Americana Insurance Group. All information provided is intended to be educational in nature. Before acting upon any information obtained during the Insights into Insurance radio show broadcast, consult an appropriately licensed professional.